I'm going to give you 5 rules to selling your Cherokee Lakefront property. Number 1, you need to understand that you're not just selling a house, you're selling a lifestyle. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of agents make as well. They want to describe all the glorious things that this lake house has, but you've got to paint a picture of the lifestyle. And that plays into rule number 2, which is marketing. The marketing that I do on my lake homes, I'm going to try and paint a picture. I'm going to use words, phrases. I'm going to tell a story about that home that evokes emotion, that brings visual points to mind. We might talk about watching the morning sunrise on the lake as you're sipping your morning coffee or drinking that glass of wine to watch the sun set. There's a lot of different things you can describe. You can talk about the grandkids coming over and being able to take them out on the boat for that first fishing trip. You want to paint a picture for that buyer of how their life will look once they're living in that house. The third rule is exposure. And I think, again, that's a mistake that agents will make as well as sellers, and they don't get enough exposure on the home. You can't just put the house in the MLS. You need to put the house in front of people who are looking for lake homes to buy. So we advertise on lakehouse.com. I will put a banner down at the shoreline of the property so that people out on boats are able to scan the QR code and get all the information about that house. I've actually got one of my lake properties that we've probably had 150 people who have scanned that QR code. Now, it's $1 million home, so not all those people have scheduled tours. But again, that's a reason that we did that, is to weed out the people who know they're not going to be able to afford a $1.2 million house. Rule number 4 is price. We need to understand where you need to be priced in order for your home to sell. A lot of sellers right now, especially on lake properties, want to stretch that list price. They want to aim for that 2021 pricing. And unfortunately, that pricing is gone because the rates that we had in 2021 are gone. When you're looking at buying homes and the interest rate is double what it was 2 or 3 years ago, that makes a huge impact on payment. So people who were looking at vacation homes, things like that, with the inflation being what it is, they're not doing that right now. The discretionary income is not there. So pricing your home correctly the first time is going to make a world of difference in how long it takes you to get your home sold. The last rule is to hire a specialist. Now, we've got 500 agents in our association. All of them are familiar with listing and selling homes, but you need to make sure you're hiring someone who has listed and sold multiple lake homes, because they're going to understand the intricacies of selling a lake house. They're going to know how to give you the most exposure. They're going to know how to market your home properly. They're going to know how to sell that lifestyle. So if you own a house on Cherokee Lake and you're thinking about selling, whether it be in the latter part of 2024 or the spring of 2025, make sure you send me a DM. Let's have a conversation now and see what we need to do to get your home priced to sell.